This Racecraft TV stream is brought to you by Artesian Builds. Artesian builds high-quality custom PCs made to order for a low price. Contact Artesian Builds today to get started on your own custom PC as low as $64 a month. All Artesian builds are made live on stream. You can watch your builds and talk to the builders live at twitch.tv/Artesian Builds. For more information about Artesian Builds, check the link in the description.
Hello and welcome everybody to the iRacing short course. This is round number 2. We're at Wild West Motorsports Park. And the return of Mason Prater with the number 1 plate on his machine. Will he be able to come back and hold on to that number 1 and keep that rhythm rolling? Hello everybody, I'm Dave Arnold, joined alongside Austin Knight tonight. And Austin, looking forward to some great racing here.
Yes, we are. We return to Wild West for round 2 of the iRacing short course series, and a few drivers making their return to the series, and a few drivers returning with a vengeance, trying to capitalize on some missed points in the opening round over at Crandon. But hey, we're currently in qualifying, and qualifying is going to matter a lot more than it was last week, because in Crandon it was a land rush start. Here, you're going to be starting side by side, so everyone's going to be really fighting it out for those positions, and those stage wins, I almost said stage, this is a NASCAR, those heat wins.
That's right. So it's going to be awesome here tonight, here for sure. A full field of drivers all trying to come out of Wild West Motorsports Park here in outside of Reno, Nevada and Sparks, Nevada. And a little bittersweet. They're actually up there today tearing down the grandstands in real life. The property's been sold, but it will live forever here in iRacing. So looking forward to it. And it's great being part of the series here with the iRacing short course. And of course, big thanks to Racecraft TV to broadcast this to the folks tonight.
Yeah, we love this course. Off-road racing, it lives on in the blood of Racecraft TV. All of our broadcasters have always been around off-road racing, either by motorcycle racing, little mod kart racing, and then you get up to the Baja racing guys and the buggies and those crazy people known as Austin. Oh wait, I'm talking about myself again.
Well, I'll be heading down to Baja tomorrow, so looking forward to that. But we're tonight to watch some short course. We're going to have a little lull in the real-life short course for the West Coast, but Anago just happened last weekend, and I know Spring Crane is coming up here in I think a couple weeks. So it's great that some of the drivers getting a little break. They can join us and get a little extra time in the iRacing.
Yeah, a little extra time in an iRacing, and speaking of a little extra time, Mason Prater not being here last week, being replaced by Luke Knupp. He's back in the car, and Knupp didn't get Prater the win, so Prater's going to have to stand up for himself this time and really hold his own here against the current series leader of Zachary Drapkin. And looking at their qualifying order, and because we're in 2 heats, I think Mason Prater and Zachary Drapkin will be starting side by side for heat number 1.
Oh, that's going to get interesting for sure.
Because only 2 drivers can make it in the heats.
Yep.
So it's going to be a dog-eat-dog world out there. And if one of them gets surprised, we might see the biggest, a chance for a giant upset in our heat races. But let's get ready for our grade here. In heat number 1, it's Zachary Drapkin starting up on pole, followed by Mason Prater. Surprising. That is not right. Nothing about that graphic is right. Mason Prater is starting up on pole, followed by Zachary Drapkin. I don't know if you see this, but there is a plus minus on Mason Prater. I think they broke the system again. Followed by Keaton Swain, Ethan Eber, Brody Graham, Aiden Irvin, Franklin Monak, Ashton Perfect, Nathan Mexton, Mike Gayton, Jake Hill, and Gunnar Kennedy. And at the end of this 13-car grid, it's Bronson Sharamonte.
Well, we're going to see how this one all drives out here.
Yeah,
Get ready to go. 7 laps, looks like.
Yeah, 7 laps. Top 2 advance to the finals. As we sit here looking at all these trucks. And I believe, well, last time I did this, last time we weren't really live, YouTube decided to say, hey, let's not actually do this. And I believe they skipped over this part, but I'm not sure anymore.
Yeah. Well, there's a good shot there of Mason Prater, and looks like right next to him, Zach Drapkin. Zach
Attack.
won a heck of a race. He had a heck of a race for sure last round. Looking to try and repeat that.
And it is time for our national anthem. Thank you, Connor.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And we're back here in Sparks, Nevada for the iRacing Short Course Series. Sorry if my voice just went completely 1920s right there. We were having a bit. But as we get ready to go, I believe, yeah, we do not have enough time for our friends over at Races for Christ. We will get them in before our finale. But a little funny addition. Who's our friend of the safety car today? And also, who brought out the Kia Sorento?
That's what I don't think I've seen that in an off-road race, but hey, man, I'm looking forward to see something different, I'll tell you.
Yeah, that is a little bit different. I don't know if Brian's got the truck in the shop. I know that you just got yours insured. Maybe you skipped on his insurance, but you know, I didn't know Tesla made off-road cars.
Well, they have the Cybertruck.
This is
That's
true,
a
but this doesn't look like a cyber truck. I'm not even sure it'll make over the up. It goes over one jump. Well, it's got another jump to go. It's going over to the right side. It got airtime right there. We're green here in the iRacing Short Course. Round 2. Mason Prater, Zachary Drapkin. Drapkin takes the lead immediately heading into turn 1. Side by side they go. Prater in that red number. Trying to look around to the outside. Drapkin zipped it out into a new dimension. Mason Prater right onto his bumper. Down his inside is Keaton Swain. Those are your top 3.
Drapkin looks to the inside here. Prater right up on his bumper. Swain takes the long way around, but it's going to be Drapkin through the turn first. Drapkin going to that inside. Prater tries to duck in right on his bumper there, and Swain in tow right behind him.
He is Swain. He really has to get a little bit aggressive right here. 6 laps remaining. There is a caution lap here, so they do... you can get a little bit relaxed in this first half and just make sure you're getting through there cleanly. But Mason Prater is in that hot seat right now behind our current points leader of Zachary Drapkin. Prater's got a good run. Prater's looking down to the inside. Drapkin, where is he? Nobody knows. Acting like Casper's friendly ghost. He's on the very outside. Mason Prater's kind of forced him. It is so hard commentating on a truck that's not there for half the time. Drapkin is... Oh, he's hit the K-rail. Zachary Drapkin has hit the K-rail. Get a better internet connection there, buddy. And he's down in 4th.
He got booted all the way out to the outside. Prater goes to the lead. And it looks like, is that Keaton Swain, Ethan Ebert? And it looks like Drapkin back to 4th now.
Yeah, Drapkin, if you can see him blinking in and out of existence, he's currently in 4th, battling for Ethan Ebert. Ebert just got to keep to his own line, and if he accidentally hits Drapkin for blinking in and out like a, well, like a college student on a Monday morning, that's going to be on Drapkin because that connection is impossible to race with. But thankfully, driver-led yellow flag, and man, this race flies by.
And trying to see why there was a yellow flag there. I don't know what.
No, it's the competition caution.
Oh, it's competition caution. That just happened.
I mentioned this 2 laps ago.
Yeah, no, I didn't think it was going to happen that fast.
It's been 2 minutes, I know. Laps here just fly by. Under a minute each time. Mason Prater, Keaton Swain, currently the 2 advancing right now with 4 laps to go. Ethan Ebert in that hot seat on the bubble. Zachary Drapkin, last race winner, really needs to get going, and a little extracurricular activities happening. Keaton Swain getting a bump from Ethan Ebert behind him.
Yeah, a little bit of that accordion going on there as they play the little game. Stretch it out, pull it back in, and trying to get them off their game there on this restart here. We're on board with Mason Prater there. Or, I'm sorry,
Ethan Ebert.
On board with Ethan Ebert, looking at the back of Keaton Swain.
I've noticed the third driver usually gets a great run, realistically. Prater brings it back to green. Swain looking onto the outside. Prater defending onto the inside. Up, down, low comes Zachary Drapkin, and Drapkin somehow gets back into 2nd place in one corner.
So. Yeah, he's having some internet problems there, a little bit of net.
Oh, he's gone wide again. He's gone wide and got booted wide, and down goes Ethan Ebert. We got a car up in the air, and I think that is Nathan Mexton. Yes, that is Nathan Mexton straddling that K-rail and that Monster Energy 019. Back to our leaders of Prater and Ebert, and the fight for 3rd and the fight to chase down Ethan is really strong, as Zachary Drapkin is not letting up any sort of gap right behind him.
Yeah, definitely. You can see that there are some issues there. These drivers, as they go into that turn, we've seen that quite a bit. A lot of contact there as we see.
Oh, K-rail strikes.
Oh, Ebert into the K-rail.
As well as Keaton Swain on the inside. But Ethan Ebert, there's Zach. Coming out of nowhere, sticking that nose down the inside. I feel like his internet did just get fixed because he hasn't blinked out at all. And as soon as I said that, he's going to start blinking it out because that's just how my life works. Let's run on board with Keaton Swain in 4th.
All right, as they head up to the turnstile, around they come where that little bump gets sideways. You can see Drapkin gets a little unsettled as we're on board with Swain now. They run down that hill close to 100 miles an hour.
White flag in the air.
1 lap to go.
Drapkin, he's got a few. Well, there he goes. I told you it was going to happen. Looking down the inside on Ethan Ebert. He's going to try looking down the inside once more, heading into the Rockstar hairpin. There comes Drapkin, looking for a Drapkin attack. It's not going to work. Ebert saw that come from a mile away.
And only 2 go to the main event there. And you can see right now, Prater and Ebert, Drapkin getting rather desperate.
Just look at the mud on the helmet Cam Keaton suede. Drapkin, one final attempt in the turnstile. It's not going to be there for him. Mason Prater returns to the series with the win in the heat. And Ethan Eber's going to be joining him in the final. Zachary Drapkin is not locked in to the final and will be going. Oh, heck of a wall ride right there. I don't know if you saw that, but that was some Hot Wheels stuff.
Drapkin's got to be a little dejected. Our points reading right now. He's going to have to race his way into the main event.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, it's our LCQs.
Yeah, the LCQ for Zachary Drapkin is not going to be very friendly, but that is for after this. This is heat number 2. Nicholas Dachelet and Holton Heirider will be starting up front, followed by Thomas Grady, Roland Jones, Taylor Vandenbush, Shaden Minder, Nick Larson, Mike Sorum, Daniel Rampert, Hunter Carpenter, and G3 Argos at the end of our 11-car grid with David. Oh, wait, no, that's you.
I don't know what happened there.
You registered as a driver.
No, I didn't mean to. That's why it won't let me out.
Yeah.
It's out.
With Carter Berry and David Arnold joining us in the commentary box.
Yeah, well, no, my Sim's not even hooked up to the computer right now, so I thought I'd just jump in and just show the kids how to do it.
Yeah, you know, you are going down to Mexico very shortly. You have experience around here, so why not?
You know, in the iRacing, I'd be just following these kids around. That's for sure.
Yeah, and looking at some of these kids.
It says I'm there, and I'm completely out of the session.
Well, as we wait to get this series started, we want to thank our sponsors, CBR, Sparko, Dirt Sports World, your voice for off-road AIM data systems. And I gotta say, AIM data systems is on a lot of iRacing cars right now. They're on the iRacing Formula V, the new Mazda MX-5. They got the AIM data systems dashboard up there for that sequential shifters. So a lot of AIM representation in iRacing, and that is really cool to see.
Yeah, there's a lot of imitators out there, but AIM
AIM
data systems, they're the best out there. I'm going to say that right now. All the top drivers, that's what they run. That's what they trust. And when it comes to how much money you spend on a vehicle in real life, you want to be able to get the correct temperatures, everything going right, the RPMs.
Signature propellers, and it's not clean.
It's super clean.
There we go. We got all of them. I believe so. Nicholas Dachelet, thank you for having most of our sponsors on the side of your board. And then a few more.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, and he's starting right next to Holton Heirider, the AIM data systems truck. Look at that. I love that paint scheme. I love that paint job.
Yeah. Looks good.
Well, our Toyota Camry is, oh my God.
It's gone. That thing has got a turbo on it or what? Or a nitrous button.
It's just got so much air.
Dachelet through the turn. Heirider got back in there on the outside, I know. Grady, Roland Johns, and it looks like Vandenbush gets by. Heirider going back and forth there as we watch these guys. This right-hander is always tough.
That right-hander, crazy tough, crazy tight. My first off-road race on iRacing was around here, and I ended my off-road race in that turn on my roof.
Well, it's definitely tricky now. So important.
Dachelet cased it on the bottom of the jump, gets a bad bump, and they're bumping and rubbing side by side. Down the front straight, Heirider, Dachelet, Heirider down the inside. Heirider takes the lead heading into turn 1. But don't get far behind the 535 of Grady. is on the back of Dashalet. Dashalet's truck is all over the place right now.
Well, High Ritter out front there as he dives to the inside, puts that nose on the K-rail, just like you should. It sets him up perfectly. Look at this. Grady and Dashalet door to door.
Grady's on the outside. Oh, Nicholas Dashalet, he's been having some bad bumps. They do have traffic ahead of him, so this might affect him. But remember, competition caution at the end of this lap. Who wants to be in third or who wants to be in second? A switchback move in the turnstile from Grady. Thomas Grady's going to try to get a run on Nicholas Dashalet right here as they go underneath the Lucas Oil sign on the front straight here at Wild West. And oh! Big catch of a slide right there. That could have been disastrous as competition caution goes up. And, oh, are they, I think, Thomas Grady and Dashalet, Grady was getting onto the throttle a little bit more. I feel like, him and that Ford Mustang grill. I can't believe he still is running that. That front grille does not represent a Ford F-150 or a Tundra or a Raptor. No, wait, no. Tundra's not Ford.
Tundra's Toyota. No.
I have a brand loyalty problem, okay? I only drive Toyotas.
Well, sounds like a personal problem as High Ritter leads them around.
Well, we do have a Toyota
Grady,
plant in town, so.
Bush, Minder, Larson's, Argyros, Soren Carpenter, Rambert.
As your grid ignored Connor Berry and David Arnold, they failed tech inspection.
Yes. I failed.
Yeah, I think you had a little bit too many signature propellers on your truck. I don't know why you have
just giving too much backdraft. Well, High Ritter's going to lead him around the hill, down the hill, off the turnstile. And you can see a little bit of damage to the front there, Dashalet.
Yeah, he cased the top jump really hard. That really messed up his suspension right there as they head down the hill. You know, if High Raiders got a spotter right now, he's going to be talking about Dashalet's damage as we go back to Green, and Dashalet snuff that one out. He really hunted him down. And speaking of down there, he's getting a bump by Thomas Grady going down to the inside. It looks like a parking lot down there as the 89 is grinding that K-rail as he jumps up. Whoa, the 89 is Tyler Vanderbush. He's trying to swing it around the outside. Gets a big hit from the 0-2 of Roland Johns, who somehow snuck his way up into third place right there.
Yeah, John's on the move there. Grady and Vanderbush going back and forth. Grady going backwards. Must have an issue as Minder was up into the fifth position, but High Ritter leads the train up the hill. Couple of bumps, a left turn, a slide around the turnstile. High Ritter, Dashalet, Roland Johns. The top three as they hit that high-speed section, 100 miles plus down this hill, right in front of the fans.
Look how much air they're getting over that jump. The 0-2 of Johns really looking nice and quick right now. And that blue and orange, that's the color scheme you don't see every day.
Yeah, a little reminiscent of Adrian Cheney running the blue and orange back there.
His Boise State scheme. I now understand why it's blue and orange.
Yeah. So, it's not quite the same paint scheme, but he's had that combination for years.
He's got the Boise State logos on the hood. So let's ride on board the Boise State University of Car Automation. 0-2.
Wouldn't that be Idaho? Boise?
I don't really remember. Did I mention a state? I'm not sure.
You said Colorado.
Did I say Colorado?
Yeah.
Oh, there is.
That's okay.
I don't know.
There'll be a test at the end of the broadcast.
I don't know my geography. I don't know any colleges outside of Texas. And Texas. Both the university and the state. Okay, maybe Rice. My sister went there. She'll just provide me with the stats on geolocations. Checker flag is waving right now. High Ritter's got a massive lead.
And it's going to be the battle between Dashalet and Johns. Dashalet looks like he's going to get that second spot, and he does. He's going to the main event.
Yep. And the Boise School of Engineering will be going into that last chance qualifier. And I believe we'll be starting up front with Zachary Drapkin in that last chance qualifier. But those Boise boys and girls, they've done a lot of good work on that truck right there.
Yeah.
I would love to see more college entries.
There we go. We should have some college teams.
Yeah. I know they have them in dirt ovals, but never Baja entries. All right, it's our last chance qualifier. It's the biggest grid of the day. Roland Johns and Zachary Jacket will be starting up on pole, followed by Keaton Swain, Taylor Vandenbush, Aiden Irvin, Shaden Miller, Frank Monak, Thomas Grady, Bodie Graham, Nick Larson, Ashton Perfect, and Hunter Carpenter in 12th place. Behind them is Mike Gayton, Mike Surham, Nathan Mexon, G3 Argos, Gunnar Kennedy, Daniel Rampart, Jake Hill at the end of our 19-car grid here in Wild West. And just look at this field we got. The stands are absolutely packed here in virtual iRacing. If you want to...
Hey, look, I made the LCQ.
You also made the LCQ too. I'm not pointing that one out though, because he failed tech inspection again.
That's all right. Damn, too many signature propellers.
Yeah. They just weren't super clean enough. But this massive field of trucks, they're trying to get the top 4 into our finale. So the top 6 again.
Well, it should be more than that because we took 2 and 2.
I believe it's top 6. As our Honda Civic gets some massive air into the pits. It's green here. It's Drapkin and Johns racing it in to turn 1. It's a lot of bumping and banging right now. Drapkin trying to get back into the finale and defend his points lead. Roland Johns right behind him, and Taylor Vandenbush and Keaton Swain side by side as they head into the Rockstar turn.
And Drapkin keeps that nose down in that perfect position as he rotates around there. John's behind him. Vandenbush and Swain battling it out for that 3rd position as they run up the hill. Jaden Zane Mender, followed by Larson, Grady, Monak, Irvin, Rampart, and it looks like Gavin and Ashton Perfect, G3, Hill, Kennedy, Carpenter, Sorum, and the turret.
And looking down the inside, look at Keaton Swain getting a good run. Swings it up the 89 of Taylor Vandenbush and up into 3rd. This is better positioning right there. And we have 2 last chance qualifiers. 4 do go to the main. But judging by our grid entries, we are only going to have 1 LCQ. I'm not sure. We're going to find out.
Drapkin have a little bit of net coating. You saw again there. Looks like he's rocks. Oh, there he goes.
Yep.
So he bounces around. John's trying to chase him down the hill.
Drapkin pulling he's pulling Resident Evil right now, popping in and out of existence, and you're going to have to get a special key or get out a chainsaw or 2 to get up to him.
And Keaton Swain having a beautiful run there.
Yeah, new fastest lap of the race for Keaton Swain, that 49.79 right now. And he's looking down the inside of the Boise State 02. Top 4 advance to our finale. Boise State looks a little bit wide. Boise State, Idaho. No, I believe Roland Johns is did it say he's from Idaho? Let's see. It does not say where he's from. That's a shame.
Well, I know I don't know too many Boise's other than Boise, Idaho.
There's a few other Boise's.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, but there's only 1 blue field.
Okay.
Now, white flag here in our last chance qualifiers. Drapkin goes wide in Rockstar. That could lead him up for some to some vulnerability from Johns as he's right there.
Yeah.
Keaton Swain has got a good run.
Swain was trying to look up the inside there. John's protecting the corner nicely. Zach Drapkin, though, hit that mark perfectly. That's what you want to do.
Oh, Drapkin goes wide. There's a little bit of a bump, but Drapkin able to carry the momentum out there as they go over the jump. Zachary Drapkin takes the win here in our last chance qualifier. Gets himself back into the finale, followed by Roland Johns, Keaton Swain, and Taylor Vandenbush. Both those guys having a good fight for third and fourth throughout the race, and really nobody was able to catch up to them.
No, not at all. They really did separate for the rest of the pack. And Minder, Larson, Monac, Rampart, Perfect, Hill, Kennedy, looks like Gayton, Carpenter, Soros.
Yeah, Surin, Irvin, Mexton, Argos, Thomas Grady, and Bodie Graham. Bodie Graham did not start this race. But as we get... Oh, wow. Oh, no.
It was great to see Brody back.
Yeah, he did do his first race, but I don't think he was very happy with how it went. So we got a little bit of a warm-up right now here in Wild West in Sparks, Nevada. You're here watching Racecraft TV. We're going to take a little bit of a break, and then it's going to be a special message from our friends over at Racers for Christ.
This Racecraft TV stream is brought to you by Artesian Builds. Artesian builds high-quality custom PCs made to order for a low price. Contact Artesian Builds today to get started on your own custom PC as low as $64 a month. All Artesian builds are made live on stream. You can watch your builds and talk to the builders live at twitch.tv/Artesian Builds. For more information about Artesian Builds, check the link in the description.
Let's get some racing in. So stoked to see you guys doing the virtual racing thing, and they invite me to be a part of that. So let's kick this off with a prayer, and please bow with me. Father, we're just so stoked with these guys. They're all out here racing and make the most of these uncertain times. And Father, with our uncertain times, we just put those in your hands, and that gives us faith, knowing that you got us covered. You're God, we are not, and we can rest it with insurance that you will take care of us no matter what we're doing. So I pray for these guys with their safety, that they're keeping themselves healthy and they're keeping their immune system strong, and that you would be a part of all that, Father. And whether they're racing on a computer or they're racing in real life, we just give you, we put our life in your hands, and we just give you all the glory and praise. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right, guys, you guys have fun. I can't wait to see you in the real staging lanes, and hopefully sometime soon.
Oh, say, can you see?
Welcome back here to Racecraft TV here for the iRacing Short Course Series at Wild West over this beautiful track, and all of our drivers here are getting ready to go. And go they will be for our finale. Now, some of these drivers are warming up or warming down. It does include everybody in this 5-minute warm-up. So, some cars you see out here will not be participating in the final, and they're just having a good last lap.
Well, you see all the catch fencing and K-rail and grandstands and the announcing tower, and race control, now all property, the Great American Short Course Series, which hopefully will get people to come out and join us in October and November for the final rounds.
Yeah, the final round for the Great American Short Course. If you haven't seen any of the Great American Short Course online, guess what? They're all online on YouTube, in the King of the Hammers YouTube channel. You know, I thought they had their own YouTube channel, but they are on the King of the Hammers YouTube channel. Or you could just search up Great American Short Course on YouTube.
Facebook page.
And on Facebook as well. And, you know, you'll be able to hear Dave live in his element, not on a virtual screen, and you won't have me over there as well. Apparently my fee is just a little bit too high.
You're what we call geographically undesirable.
This is true. There are no short course tracks currently in Texas.
Actually, there is a text box.
Ah, why aren't we going there?
And we will eventually one day, I'm sure.
Well, you have my
So
number.
this, all these great drivers, a lot of them, we'll see in real life driving. I know Connor Berry, one of our administrators, our points leader in the mod carts there. And, one of his competitors, I got, Braden Jeremiah and him, and I know Bronson and racing the pro light now, so that's great. Zach Drapkin, we're watching now, pro buggy driver.
Yeah, Zachary. Well, he's going to be very entertaining to watch this time by, because he's trying to go for 2 wins in a row and defend that points championship. From Mason Prater, we got a good look from him. Mason Prater, that mod cart, absolute dominant performance that he's got. But yeah, as you said, he's gone over to lights now. So getting into more Sorry?
So, yep, he's in pro lights now, killing it. Second year.
Yeah, he needs to update his profile picture, but that is a nice profile picture he's got. But yeah, he's rocking the red #1 championship defending champion as we're going on, and everyone's just been kicked out of the session as we're getting ready to go racing for one final time today for our finale here at Wild West for the iRacing Short Course Round 2 here at Wild West. Hunter Carpenter and Mike Cern will be starting up on the front row due to our inverse. So those are going to be our 2 front runners, followed by Mike Gayton, Gunnar Kennedy, Jake Hill, Ashton Perfect, Daniel Rampart, Franklin Monak, Nick Larson, Shaden Zane Minder, Taylor Vandenbush, and Keaton Swain, our top 12. Behind them, it's Roland Jones, Zach Attack, Zachary Drapkin, Nicholas Doshlet, Ethan Ebert, Holton Heirider, and our defending champion, starting all the way back in 18th place, Mason Prater. He also needs to.
Full field invert?
This is a full invert.
Wow. This is going to be great.
This is going to be absolutely nutty.
Oh, yeah.
I know
this is where the cream rises to the top here.
Absolutely. 23 laps in front of us. We did have a little
22.
bit of a 22. But we have to get that little
burn it with.
We have to get that Audi sedan out of the way.
So is it a Honda, a Tesla, a Toyota, or now a Audi?
It doesn't have any specific branding, so I'm ticking all the boxes. That's the running joke.
No, that's what I said. First time I've seen that, and
first time we've seen that off road. It kind of looks like a Toyota Avalon, if you squint your eyes.
Or a BMW.
It does look from this angle. It looks a lot like a Chevy Spark.
I was gonna go with the Chevy Malibu.
Yeah, but I don't hear any revs coming out of it, so I'm thinking electric.
Well, I can tell you that I did take rumors that a rental car may have driven on that track.
I can understand why this track doesn't exist. Also, who would take did that rental car at least have suspension?
Not much, and we're done.
Dave,
it was quite interesting going up the hill.
I bet there must have been a lot of wheel spin involved. Dave, for anyone who doesn't know you and what you do online outside of commentating for the Great American Short Course Series and a bunch of other off-road series and jet ski racing series as well, why don't you motocross and apparently some voiceover stuff for was it
outdoor motocross?
Yes, that as well. A few movies as well, but they can find you over at Dirt Sports World, the voice for off-road.
That's right. That's right. All covering everything from short course racing. We even did the racing in a quarantine world with iRacing there. With all these great drivers, so it was really awesome to see that. Gave us some content. I'll be heading down to co-host with Rat Salt, the Baja 500. this weekend. You can check us out at score-international.com and watch the full race live as we give updates and have some live drone footage going on. Some of the drivers and reports from around the field and some of the pits we'll be able to find out.
And we got a full-on caution lap going on right here. The new iRacing short parade lap being shown off as usually we get 1 to 2 laps, but now we can control how many laps this pace car does as we re-rack and restack here at the start, and we get to see this little rental car handle these bumps.
You know what they say, drive it like a rental.
Especially in days of thunder.
And also, always buy the insurance.
Yeah, always buy the insurance. Especially when you do know that you're going on to an off-road short course track.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be interesting, this full field invert. Looking forward to it. I really like how the administrators came up with this idea. I've been wanting to see this for a while. You're going to give some chances to some drivers that
it's really going to shake up the championship.
Yeah. I know Prater and Drapkin and a few other drivers are probably going, oi.
Oi, what is this? Well, we're going to find out how this is all going to go. Sorum and Carpenter take green underneath the Lucas Oil sign here at Wild West Motorsports Park for the iRacing short course finale of round 2. And it's a big collision at the start as the 357 is up on his side.
Yeah, it looks like Carpenter jumped out there. Gunnar Kennedy moving into that
he's
second
entered
spot.
pit lane too, so he's going to be getting a penalty. You're going to see that on the outside. And it's just chaos. They're 6 wide heading into the Rockstar hairpin. This is not going to end well. Giant pile up. The 69 goes up and over again. The AIM data systems machine gets the, definitely hit the bullet right there. And I see Zachary Drapkin trying to sneak his way up there. Oh my gosh, let's go back live.
Well, I saw that red number 1 trying to sneak up and get in the middle of it.
Chaos on the front straight. The 09 of Ashton Perfect getting a little rough and tumble with the 82 of Kennedy. And up on his own is Hunter Carpenter just running away with it. But I see Zachary Drapkin currently sitting in 6th place right now as the Boise State car is up on his side of Roland Jones down into 10th place. And that is a bad jump. Oh no. Off to his roof and into the wall.
Yeah,
Roland Jones, he's done so much to get into the finale. And now it's, oh man. And
Carpenter with a big lead there. Heitritter, and look at this, Drapkin up into 3rd.
Holton Heitritter as well. Heitritter's up in 2nd. Heitritter started back where Drapkin was. And now Zachary Drapkin and Holton Heitritter got a good advantage on our points. Well, no. Yeah, Heitritter and Carpenter got a good advantage on our points leader. And if it currently finishes out right now, I believe that Heitritter might take the championship lead.
Yeah, and you can see that Mason Prater all the way up to 5th.
A little bit of turn. Oh, Ashton Perfect was not perfect on that bump and run right there, and that's allowed Mason Prater, red number 1, on the back of the Zach attack. Zachary Drapkin trying to make it 5 in a row here in the iRacing Short Course Series. He's got 3 to end out last season. He started this season off of a win. He's trying to make it that record 5. He currently has the longest winning streak in all of iRacing Short Course.
Most definitely there.
The old holder of that, we're on board with him.
Yep. Well, Prater, look at this, already up to 4th place. He starts moving away. Drapkin and him. It's not the first time these two have battled. Won't be the last. Heitritter.
Oh, what a move by Heitritter.
Oh! Right to the inside. Drove right by him. Left the door open. That's all I can say.
The door was wide open, and, he walked right in and stole all of his cookies and walked away with it. Holton Heitritter up into the lead. And I'm not surprised that he did that. He does have the fastest lap in the race with a 50.23. And now that our front 4 have been established, I'm expecting these times to get even faster.
Most definitely, I agree on that. These guys are going Let's see, who has the fastest time out there right now?
That would be Mason Prater right now, the
Prater.
49.90.
Right.
And he's on the inside of this 3-car fight. Zachary Drack is sneaking his way down the inside of Hunter Carpenter. Carpenter's sending it down the inside, but he's let the door open again. And Mason Prater and Zachary Drack have walked in, stole all the dog food, and ran away with that one too.
Yeah, I think Carpenter waited a little too long, got on the binders a little too late. And, he kept the throttle open, I should say, too long.
Look at Mason Prater's truck. He's got the entire front fenders removed from that thing right there. He's been very active in it. Oh, man, I kind of now know why. Him and Zachary Drapkin are not only fighting for a points lead, they're fighting for an overall championship. And Drapkin needs to watch out because Mason Prater's on his inside. Drapkin trying to hold it around the outside with that momentum of his. And this is going to be the fight to watch throughout the entire season. Drapkin Attack versus Prater.
Yeah, I was thinking about Prater being that deep in the field there. I know Drapkin was deep also. These two have raced themselves up to the front, but the young man, Holden Heitritter, doing an awesome job.
Ethan Ebert stalled on the K-Rail. Oh, no. And that AIM Data Systems Ultra Motorsport machine. And, oh, man. Oh, my goodness. There's this chaos all over the place. Nicholas Dachelette. Nope. Yeah, that's Nicholas Dachelette stuck on his side, that 92. What a up and down race he's had so far today.
There's still a lot of laps there. I'm showing 17 to go, 16 as they go by this time. Definitely these guys are getting their laps in here, and it's allowing for a lot of work from them to do. You can see Drapkin net coding just a little bit again. As we can see the intervals between first back to second, and then from third to fourth place, and then a big gap back to fifth also. And sixth and seventh, and you can see a few more cars starting to go up through it, but you can see the field really spreading out as our leaders head up the hill now, heading towards that turnstile to come down and get that high-speed zone to click off another lap.
Yeah, Wild West, the oldest iRacing, the short course on iRacing, so everyone's got a lot of experience around here, but the optimization that these guys have around here is just impressive. And just seeing people just crash records every day, just finding new tips and tricks, and just optimizing these lines as the track gets more worn. It's just very impressive to watch just how fast these kids can get.
Well, it's learning all these lines, hitting your marks here. That's so important. They know where to set these cars up to get these turns, get those nose rotating around the K-rails, like that right turn. You can see that the top drivers usually rise up through the field, as is, Heitritter, Zach Drapkin, Mason Prater, Carpenter. I gotta give it up
started
to him.
up front. He started at pole, and he was able to keep it right there. So Hunter Carpenter is doing a bang-up job right now.
He's still holding on to fifth right now, but Monac right behind him. I'm sorry, fourth. Monac is sitting fifth. Sixth is Vandenbush, and then
and we've got a driver. We got a admin called caution. This is not a driver-led caution. This might just be a one-lap caution, and then it's just a re-rack, restack. I feel like they want to see that. I feel like they want to see that. That GMC. Oh, what sedan? The GMC. Does GMC even make a sedan?
Oh no, don't think so. Maybe. No, it's trucks, right?
No, I feel like it's just trucks.
Yeah, it's just trucks. That's what I've never known them to make a car.
Yeah. I've seen them make a... If you know of any GMC sedans, write them off the chat.
So it's Heitritter, Drapkin, Prater, Carpenter, Monac, Vandenbush, Perfect, Larson, Sorum, and Ebert are top 10. Hill in 11th, Dachelette, Kennedy, Swain, Johns, Minder, Gideon, and Rampart. Rampart, though, 2 laps down. Gideon, 1 lap down. Gayton or Gadian?
I believe that is
driver?
Gayton.
Gayton? Okay.
Yeah, Gayton.
Well, welcome.
Welcome,
Awesome to have
Gayton.
new drivers.
Looking at this field, so surprising. Nicholas Dachelette, he had that incident on the K-Rail, but Keaton Swain, he was battling with Zach Drapkin. He's actually the one that got Zach Drapkin out, but he hasn't been able to improve at all. He's sitting down at 14th.
Yeah, I think he got beat up a little bit back there, to be honest with you.
Yeah, let's take a live look at him and see what's up with his truck. It's looking actually very clean.
Yeah.
It's not super clean, but it is fairly. It does have more body parts than Mason Prater.
All right, he's at the Appliance Parts Company, his sponsor on the side there.
He is running the 21 on his number plate, the 210. In our timing tower, I gotta say, I love his number of choice. Not that I have any connection with that number at all. Not like that's my number I usually run. So, thank you for that.
What are you trying to say?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not being biased or anything. Would never be that biased.
It's going to be probably considered the comp caution.
Yeah, this is definitely the comp caution. It's everyone's getting back. They're behind our I'm getting a loss for words on cars. Our Ferrari California pace car. That's the Ferrari sedan with a V12 in there.
Yeah.
I'm just digging the bucket of just like trying to find out weird sedans now. If I knew Suzuki's, I would definitely be on a roll, but I unfortunately don't.
You left Kia out, you left Hyundai out.
I got Kia.
You got the Genesis.
Oh, Saab. Can't forget about Saab.
Do they even make those?
They don't. They're out of business.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
They still make jet engines.
Yes, they do.
Well, all right, look at this. We're lined back up.
Line back up and getting ready to go. Let's ride aboard a Holton Hybrider as the lights go out on our pace car. And, well, we're left to a 10-lap shootout here as this pace car is going to give us a little bit of driving tips on turning right to go left. How much airtime do you think he's going to get right here?
Nothing.
Nothing there. The final hill, he gets a bit of airtime.
Yeah, when he's trying to move out of the way there.
I don't think he knows how to really drive on dirt. I don't think this car is following physics at all. What?
None of the base vehicles follow physics.
I know, but this is a simulation. Come on.
Well, look at that. The Appliance Parts Company on the front of Hybrider's car also.
You know, they're probably supplying the pace car with some shocks right there.
Got Ultra Motorsports on the front. You can see Hybrider's nose, a little bit of damage there.
Yeah, a little bit of nose for Holton Hybrider. Mason Prater is right on the bumper, and Hunter Carpenter's right on the bumper as well. The pace car is going to yeet it into the pit lane right there with a lot of airtime. We're back to green. 10 laps to go here in the iRacing short course round 2 at Wild West. Hybrider defending onto the inside. Mason Prater right down with him on that bumper. Hunter Carpenter in 3rd place and Taylor Vandenbush in 4th place. Zachary Drapkin is down in 13th. He's been given a EOL for his internet. Yeah, Drapkin is down in 14th place. This is not where the Drapkin attack wants to go, and I could totally understand why with the admin decision right there is probably the reason why that caution was so long.
Yeah, I'm feeling you're right on that. Hopefully you got that fixed. But it's Hybrider and Prater. These two are already a breakaway. Carpenter back just a little bit there, but Carpenter has a lot of company right behind him, a lot of footsteps there.
Yeah, Vandenbush looking down to his inside right off. Vandenbush trying to take advantage of Hunter Carpenter, but Carpenter has been so good at holding his own right there. He's been a little bit unfortunate in this turn, but he's learned from his mistake, defended that inside line, didn't leave the door open as much, and able to stay in 3rd place right now. As you can see, that blue groove really starting to form in.
Definitely a great drive there for sure. Hybrider getting a lot of pressure there from Mason Prater. Carpenter now starting to creep up on that rear bumper as you saw there. But, oh, sorry, Vandenbush creeping up on that bumper. Look at him split apart. Going to try and get a run on the outside.
And now onto the inside. Oh, but encased the jump hard and has killed all of his momentum, but he's at the door. Vandenbush has found the door on Carpenter. Carpenter and Vandenbush side by side down the jump. Vandenbush on the outside. Carpenter trying to hold it onto his inside, but he's yelled out wide. He's gave him the slide job. He gave him the bumper.
Okay, and look at these four back here just battling as our top two start to run away with this one.
Yeah, Franklin Monak in the 57 and Ethan Ebert. Ebert, he's been having an up and down day, especially in this final. He's up in his sixth now. He's looking down to the inside. He's looking for fifth. Ethan Ebert setting it into the turnstile.
Ebert Monak side by side as they come down the hill.
What a
Ebert to
move.
the inside. Oh, almost a little contact. They're able to avoid it as they separate.
A little bit of bump and rubbing right there, but it's all good in short course race. And another big move by Vandenbush, showing the bumper to Hunter Carpenter, like right back at you from last lap. And Ebert able to sneak up there into fourth, but Carpenter's up onto his inside. Carpenter shows him the bumper. Ebert's able to avoid it, stay onto the inside and on the apex of this uphill left-hander, heading up and into the rhythm section.
All right, here a little bit of a bump here. And another jump up here, but it's the side action. They always inside.
Oh, no!
They hit it there.
Ebert gets turned by Carpenter, but he's able to save it with that four-wheel drive action. And here comes Franklin Monak in that 782 in fifth place. He's going to try to get some advantage on Ethan Ebert. But with all four of these guys battling out, Mason Prater, Holton Hyrader are off doing their own thing right now.
All right, as they come down the hill again. Look at this. Prater and Hyrader just going. Hyrader out front, Prater right behind him.
He's by his second, too.
Oh,
and
yeah,
Vandenbush, he started to clear some gap to Ethan Ebert. He's going to try to join the leaders or just clear some ground between them. But judging by the points that Luke Kinnup got Mason Prater last week, we got Luke Kinnup on the podium, so it might be Hyrader or Prater the new points leader after this race. Though with Mason Prater not being here for first round, he did have Luke Kinnup race for him, but he wasn't racing for him in his number. So the admin team will have a discussion about if he's getting all the points or not, but I believe Mason Prater currently will be defending his points title with Holton Hyrader in second place, and then it's all craziness behind them. As Zachary Drapkin has been lapped twice, and he's actually in the pits.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there.
I feel like he was given an EOL or something, and well, we could have a chat with him to find out what happened and what was the strategy or just to talk for the admin. But very, very interesting to see what's happening to Zach Drap attack, and there goes that winning streak that he has. But he's in the record books for the longest winning streak in iRacing short course history. A record that he, quote, had no idea he would ever get.
Well, definitely, it's very awesome to see that, though. He's been so consistent for sure. That's what it takes. Consistency wins championships.
Battle for third place has died down significantly as Ethan Ebert's able to pull a big gap to Taylor Vandenbush. And everybody else has pretty much died down right now with 3 laps to go. And Wild West has been known to really just punish these drivers for trying to have a battle in and out. It's a lot of hairpins, but after a while, your truck's going to get really beat up. And those trucks that don't get beat up or they just know on how to navigate through the field are going to be up in the front like these two are. Mason Prater, Holton Hyrader.
And look at this. Hyrader's actually starting to pull Prater just a little bit as the laps dwindle down. Next time by, it'll be 2 laps to go. Can Prater reel in Hyrader's the question. And look at this big back gap all the way back to Ebert.
Yeah,
They're not even
9
coming out the hill yet.
seconds to
Yeah.
Ethan Ebert.
They're just coming around that turn to come down the hill.
Yeah, you can barely see them on the blimp cam as they're coming around. You can see the gap. They're just coming down the side as they're coming down the hill.
And it looks like Ebert and Vanderbush have got a separation from Monak. Carpenter, you know, he was hanging up there, but he has slipped back. Still a respectable run for him. This has been very physical, especially with the full field inversion there for sure.
Yeah, a little bit of action. Look at the Boise State car setting it on the inside of the AIM data systems of 69. That is the battle for, oh my goodness, that is the battle for 7th place back there. I thought that was the battle for like 15th or something, but no, they're so far ahead that as they're coming across the line, it's white flag right now for our leaders, and most of the field hasn't even came across the final turn yet.
And look at that, Johns had moved up to that 7th position. Swain now to 8th. Sorum back to 9th. As we see Heitritter and Prater run up the hill.
Thank goodness we have this blimp shot so everyone can see what they want. We got an action in that first turn right now. A little bit of chaos happening. There's that 69 AIM data systems car. Keaton Swain trying to continue on and move it up the inside. Speed of moving up the inside. It's a big send for the 690 as the checkered flag is waving right now. Coming across the final turn. Holton Heitritter up 16 spots, and he's going to take the win here in round 2 of the iRacing Short Course Series here at Wild West. Mason Prater, our defending champion, is going to take 2nd place, and I believe the championship lead. And taking a surprise 3rd, Ethan Ebert. And, you know, track close to home for him.
That's right. Well, now he's in Tucson, Arizona.
I know, but, you know. Oh, Mason Prater, hello. Well, someone's not going to be able to make the end of race podium celebration. That is a massive hit.
Yeah, definitely. So it's Heitritter, Prater, Ebert, the top three out of here.
And our full results are Holton Heitritter, Mason Prater, Ethan Ebert, Taylor Vanderbush, Franklin Monak, Hunter Carpenter, Keaton Swain, Mike Sorum, Nick Larson, Shaden Minder, Nicholas Dachelet, Roland Johns, Zachary Jacka, Jake Hill, Ashton Perfect, Daniel Ramper, Gunnar Kennedy, and Mike Gayton at the end of our 18-car grid here in Wild West. And what a race it was, but what a race it was for our race winner, who's doing donuts right now, Holton Heitritter. And he just stops right there because he's camera shy.
Done a great job, probably holding.
And
sure, Mason Prater with a return in the podium. Very awesome to see.
now, speaking of podium, we are expecting our podium drivers to get here once again. But man, what a race we had here! So much action in the heat races. And as we get ready to go up into the next round, what are you looking forward to the most?
Man, I really want to see how Mason's going to do coming back. But the other question is if Zach Drapkin can keep from blinking out or net coding, how is he going to embrace and going to battle it out?
Yeah, next round is at Bark River, and you definitely do not want to be net coding around there. We got Ethan Ebert on the line, so let's drag him in and see what's on his mind. Ethan, how's that race? You finished 3rd, and well, you up 13 spots to that finale. How was working it all the way up through that field?
It was really crazy, especially that start, because they did a full invert. So it was like pretty much just turning a piece of paper all the way around. And it was just really fun, though, because you dodging and weaving, and it's always gnarly for this turn 1, too. So it made it even better. And it was just a really fun race overall.
It's certainly looking like you were having a blast out there, just like you do in your mod cart, just in real life. But what's more preferable, racing on here, dodging cars, or racing in real life in that little mod cart of yours, and dodging potholes?
Yeah, it's pretty tough because in here you just have a reset button and it doesn't cost you a dime. But on the racetrack in real life, you gotta pay a little bit more than what you would on here's. But they're both equally fun, and I'm just glad to be in this league.
Well, this league is definitely very glad to have you, as you make a good, big points impression leading into round 3, heading into Bark River. What are your thoughts on that track, and what are your thoughts about that race going into it? Because that is also going to be another side-by-side start, and it might be another full inverse grid.
I really like Bark River. It's a really fun, wide open track, and the first corners are always really gnarly because you have trucks jumping sideways to the left, and then you might slow down there too much, flip on a truck there, go in the grass somewhere, and it's just a lot of fun there. So I really like Bark River, and I'm excited. I'm excited for it.
Awesome. Well, we love to hear that, Ethan. Congrats on a good 3rd place. Before we let you go, anyone you want to thank?
Well, I want to thank Lukenup, Keaton Swain, Holden Height Rider, and Factory Sim Sport and Ultra Wheels. Everybody helping us on the team. iRacing Short Course for hosting a great series, and just everyone else that races it. Makes it a fun league.
All right. Thank you, Ethan. You have yourself a good night, as I believe Dave is still with us, and I think he wants to stop by with for one last time before he heads off to Mexico with Mason Prater.
Mason Prater, what a great run. And man, I was a little shocked to see on that invert the full field. Boy, did you have your work cut out for you.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't really expecting it, and that was like one of the few times I've qualified pole. I think it's like my 2nd or 3rd. Last season I know I had 1, but so I mean I don't really qualify pole, so I was kind of stoked, and then I got first in my heat, so I was kind of excited to start up front. But then I saw the full field invert, and I just kind of knew I had to put my head down and stay calm and try and get as little damage as possible in the first few laps. But we got a decent amount of engine damage and steering damage on those first few laps with working our way through the pack and being stuck with all of them. And I mean, I was just happy to get out there, get up front, and by midway we were like top 3. So I mean, that was my end goal.
Yeah, I was just amazed to see you work your way through that field. You know, I was worried about a lot of the damage. You saw some of the trucks, and just to avoid being a ping pong ball out there.
Yeah, I mean, that was like the big goal for me, was just to get to the front and not have a big blown motor or a bunch of steering damage or brakes fading or anything big like that. So I got up to the front. I had a little bit of engine damage. I think it was like 4 or 5 mile an hour off from the straightaways, and didn't have as
Oof.
much pull. But so I mean, I knew I was gonna have to, or I was gonna have to kind of keep my line smooth to keep up that momentum. But we kept it smooth and we held it down on that second half and stayed in second. And Holden ran a great race. I know he had a little bit of engine damage too, and he just did amazing. Like, he was clean and he got to the front just in front of me. Like, I think it was like a spot behind him whenever he moved up, and then he got to the front, and then I just followed him up there.
Yeah, once you guys got up front, we watched those last couple of laps there. Yeah, you guys had a 9-second lead. So I don't think those mile an hours that you lost on your engine was too much of a factor. You were just more worried about Holden, I'm sure.
Yeah, I was kind of just that second half. I wasn't really pushing as hard as I was because I wasn't really racing for a championship, and I'm just trying to keep it consistent because it would just make me sick if I was pushing really hard when I have a 10-second gap to the next car behind, and then I end up wrecking myself and throwing away a second place. So I mean, I was trying to just keep my head down, keeping it simple, and if something happened to Holden where he made a mistake, then I'd be right there strike.
Well, you could be on a championship run again with the if you stay consistent. I know Luke filled in for you last week. Hopefully, we're going to see you going to Bark River next week.
Yeah, hopefully we're gonna be able to make this season a championship run again. It'd be super cool to go back to back to back. I mean, I've always won. I didn't even think like 2 seasons ago that I'd have a great like a shot at the championship, but I mean, here we are having a shot to go back to back to back. And can't thank Luke enough for running for me last week. I was out racing in Anago, and it was kind of like a last minute deal. About like 15 minutes before the deadline, he said that he could, and I'm like, oh yeah, let's run it. And then he ran, qualified pole, did super well, got second. So I was super stoked with him. So can't thank him enough. And not to mention my other sponsors like Prado Racing, Toyo Tires, Unkind Esports, Bill Stein, CBR, Sparko, Steal It, FK Roddens, Homocott Clothing and Apparel, Lucas Oil, and then like the whole entire series for putting this on, and then all the other races for coming out and make sure that we have a good car count every single week.
Well, I want to say a big congratulations. And if you're going to race back there, you got to learn how to say Anigo. It's Anigo.
Anigo, Anigo. I'm still trying to learn the Midwest lingo out there.
I know. Awesome
That's
job, Mason.
All right, thank you guys very much.
Thanks, buddy. All right. Well, I want to say a big congratulations to Holden Heitritter. I'm going to be out of here. Got to go get some parts for somebody to get to Baja. We'll see you next Wednesday, and a big congratulations to our podium.
All right, thank you, Dave. But we aren't going to leave Holden sitting around empty-handed. He's going to be joining us right now. Holden, 512. Yeah, you just
Good job, Holden.
You just left everybody in the dust right there.
Yeah, it was a fun race.
So it was a fun race. You had Mason Prater right behind you, but that start of the race, full field invert, both you and Mason both snuck your way up 16 spots to the front of the field, and well, you were just on your own little private test session with each other then. Walk us through that final and walk us through that start.
That full field invert was definitely a lot of carnage, but surprisingly, I made it through somewhat clean and ended up getting a lead early in the race and just had to run my race from then.
Now, Mason did say that he had engine damage following you. Did you get a little bit of engine damage, or were you on full power?
Yeah, there was a lot of carnage out there. I felt like I was down on a little bit on power, but definitely not as much as Mason was.
All right. Well, with that, you do get a lot of points, and you're in a good sitting of the championship from Zach Drapkin. I believe that puts you or Mason into second place. I know Mason had a replacement driver take his points, but for somebody who's been in all of the races so far, I know it's just been two, you are the highest finishers so far.
Yeah, this race is definitely going to shake up the points a little.
And especially with the full field inverts heading into Bark River, with the full field inverts going into play, are you going to be still pushing it all in the heat races, or are you going to be trying to do a little bit of strategy to get yourself a more easier starting position at Bark River?
I think me and my team are probably going to be working on a little strategy to try to get up towards the front sooner.
Well, we're gonna be seeing some chess pieces from you and the AIM Data Systems Factory Synsport team, are we?
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Well, it's a win for you. Before we let you go, anyone you want to thank?
Yeah, I want to thank Ultra Wheels, AIM, Factory Simsport, Justice Brothers, and Appliance Parts Company for helping me out.
All right. Thank you, Holden. You have yourself a great night. And I want to say, y'all have a great night, too, for joining us here on Racecraft TV for the iRacing Short Course Round 2 at Wild West Motorsports Park. It's always great having y'all here with us. And man, this championship is looking amazing as we're getting ready for round 3 over at Bark River. We'll be seeing you next time. I've been joined by Dave Arnold, and I'm Austin Knight, and I hope y'all have a good night. This Racecraft TV stream is brought to you by Artesian Builds. Artesian builds high-quality custom PCs made to order for a low price. Contact Artesian Builds today to get started on your own custom PC as low as $64 a month. All Artesian builds are made live on stream. You can watch your builds and talk to the builders live at twitch.tv/Artesian Builds. For more information about Artesian Builds, check the link in the description.